Hello and welcome to the daily cricket show. Cricket happenings, dear friends and subscribers. What a match we had today in the match, which was the 22nd match of the Indian Premier League 2018, which was played between Kings 11 Punjab and Delhi Daredevils. And finally, I'm going to take you down to the wire first, and the this is a sort of a real challenge between one player, a very talented young batsman Shreyas Iyer, at the other end. It is the Kings 11 Punjab bowler, the Afghanistan off spinner Mujibur Rahman, and this was the battle that went on in that particular game. And finally, as I said, the match came down to the wire. 17 runs were required. Kings 11 Punjab defended a modest 143 for 8, and Delhi Daredevils were restricted to 139 for 8 because of a last over in that final over. The Delhi Daredevils needed 17 runs. There was a well set Shreyas Iyer at the crease, not out on 45, when Ravichandran Ashwin tossed the ball to the youngster Mujibur Rahman, showing great confidence in that youngster, and tossed the ball to him and did not say a word and allowed him to just go on his own. In the previous over, Barinder Shran when Barinder Shran was bowling, it was a very good over. I mean, Ravichandran Ashwin is always in the ear of Barinder Shran by telling him a few things, and that resulted in Barinder Shran really bowling according to the captain's orders. And at the end of over 19, because of Barinder Shran's over, which gave away just 4 runs, it really came down to 17 runs for the final over for Shreyas Iyer. And let's see what happened. So Mujibur Rahman, the young off spinner, was thrust at the roll, 17 runs to win, and the final over started. Mujibur Rahman bowled the first ball, and it was a dot ball. He bowled the ball, he probably slipped it down the leg side, but Shreyas Iyer could not connect the ball. So that was a dot ball. The second delivery, which was bowled by Mujibur Rahman, was a bit flat and also a bit wide. And what a shot from Shreyas Iyer. He went back and slapped it over the bowler's head for a tremendous 6, one could say. So that made the equation. So 6 runs were nipped off of that, and it came down to 11 runs required of the next 4 balls. Then Mujibur Rahman bowled the third delivery, which was once again a dot ball. In fact, it was a flat ball outside the off stump. He played it to long off, but for some reason, because probably he wanted to farm the strike, because the person at the other end definitely was Amit Mishra, and probably Mujibur and Shreyas Iyer wanted to do it on his own. So even though he stroked the ball to long off, he did not go for a single, and that made it 11 needed of 3 balls. And Mujibur Rahman bowled to Iyer the 4th delivery. He got 2 runs to the deep mid-wicket area, and the 5th ball, which Mujibur Rahman bowled to Iyer, was hit for a boundary. It was played past the fine leg region, but it went for a boundary. And finally, it was Mujibur Rahman had to make 4 runs to actually win. And there was the final delivery, which was bowled by the Radham off spinner. Now look at what happened. This was the final delivery. Everybody on the edge of their seats, one could say. And look at what happened. In fact, Mujibur Rahman bowled to Iyer, and Iyer had nothing else to do, because he had to hit either a boundary or a 6 to really complete the formalities. And it was a flatter delivery, which actually Shreyas Iyer lofted it, but straight to the hands of Finch, and it was all over. Kings 11 Punjab had won the match by 4 runs, and what a victory for the Kings 11 Punjab. Ravichandran Ashwin really captaining the side in a marvelous manner, one could say, having utmost confidence. As I said, He was always in the ear in the 19th over of Barinder Shan, and saw to it that Barinder Shan just gave away 4 runs. But look at the final over in which Shreyas Iyer was out, and Gautam Gambhir, the Delhi Daredevils captain, had his face covered there as Kings XI Punjab got to a victory. And this particular victory was done marvelously well. As I said, it was won by 4 runs. So that was very well done by Shreyas Iyer. Sorry. So Shreyas Iyer getting a wonderful victory. As far as Shreyas Iyer unfortunately could not get to the victory, and it was the match was actually won by Kings XI Punjab. So Kings XI Punjab once again have gone on to the top of the table. They displaced Chennai Super Kings, and there were some very good notable performances. But kudos to the Kings XI Punjab for defending a total of 143, and I'm sure the Delhi Daredevils would have definitely fancied their chances when they saw that the Kings XI Punjab were batting first after Delhi Daredevils won the toss and elected to field first. I'm sure they would have known that they probably thought the match was in their bag. But I thought full credit to the Kings XI Punjab's bowlers for defending a very modest total of 143 for 8. So let's have a look at the scorecard now. I took you down to the wire, and let's have a look at the scorecard to see as to what really panned out. So I might not be going into any of the nitty gritties as far as this particular match is concerned, as I have to really start off. So let's see what happened. So Kings XI Punjab were the ones who were batting first, and looking at it, in fact, Delhi Daredevils made a few changes, and those changes worked as well, which I'll be talking about. So today, one thing, and also let's remember that the informed Chris Gale was not there today because he was injured. He did not play today, and despite Gale not being there, the Kings XI Punjab have won. So that really says a lot about this Kings XI Punjab team. So let's have a look. So KL Rahul and Arun Finch opened, and what a delivery. Avesh Khan was playing his first game in the IPL 2018, and he showed that he has some tremendous pace. I mean, look at the way he actually got the wicket of Finch. He got a real, I would say, a real sort of a very nasty delivery. He forced Finch to actually fend at it, and it was bowled at 147 clicks as the ball lifted on Finch, and Finch was gone for 2, and that was an exhibition of pure raw fast bowling from Avesh Khan. So he gave them a very quick breakthrough. Rahul continued in his own normal manner of getting runs. He made 23 of 15 balls with 3 fours and 1 6. And today Delhi Daredevils, as I said, made a few changes. They brought Avesh Khan into the mix. They brought Liam Plunkett. He was not only economical, he was making his IPL debut, and he did a wonderful job, not only giving away less runs, but also picking up 3 wickets in the bargain, and some big wickets at that. He picked up the wicket of KL Rahul for 23. He clean bowled Mayank Agarwal for 21 of 16 balls with 3 fours. And then Karun Nair, who started off well, but later on tapered a bit, and he was also a victim of Plunkett for 34. And Yuvraj Singh, I have to say, he was absolutely struggling. Whether it was pace, whether it was spin, there was absolutely, it was not the Yuvraj that we know. He struggled and struggled. And finally, after making 14 runs, he got an outside edge to a ball from Avesh Khan, and he was gone for 14 of 17 balls with 1 4. David Miller was a victim of the bowling of Christian for 26 of 19 balls with 1 4 and 1 6. Ashwin was out for 6 to the bowling of Bolt. Andy Ty lost his stumps to Bolt for 3. Shran was not out of not. 143 for 8 was what Kings XI Punjab got, and one knew that it was not a par score. Now look at the bowling from the Delhi Daredevils bowlers. Trent bowled 3 overs 2 for 21, but Avesh Khan definitely showing that he has lots of pace in his armory. 4 overs, no maiden, 2 for 36. Liam Plunkett, I mean, what a spell of bowling from Liam Plunkett. That is what I think really set the Kings 11 Punjab back, because the 4 overs he gave away just 17 runs and picked up 3 wickets on his IPL debut. So well done, Liam Plunkett. Daniel Christian, 3 overs, 1 for 17. Amit Mishra, 4 overs, none for 33. Maxwell bowled 1 over for 4. And Rahul Tewatia, the leggy, 1 over for 6 runs. Now, Delhi Daredevils were given a target of 144 runs to win from their 20 overs. And let's see what happened. Well, Ankit Rajput was very impressive. He was pacey, he was bouncy, he was getting the ball to talk, and he picked up 2 important wickets. He sent the young Prithvi Shah, who was playing his first game, clean bowled for 22 of 10 balls with 4 fours. And Gautam Gambhir, the captain, disappointed as he fell a victim to tie for 4 of just 13 deliveries. And then Glenn Maxwell was a big wicket for Rajput. Rajput's perseverance really paid off as he picked up Maxwell's wicket for 12 of 10 balls with 1 4 and 1 6. And the Delhi Daredevils, chasing a modest total, were into real trouble at 42 for 3. And when Rishabh Pant was out for 4, when the double spin attack started, with the captain Ravichandran Ashwin pressing himself into service and bowling in tandem with Mujibur Rahman, the Rada Mafi. The Rada Mafi was definitely bowling a very good line. And at the other end, Ravichandran Ashwin was one who was also troubling the batsman. But Rishabh Pant was clean bowled by a wonderful delivery from Mujibur Rahman, which was a really slided on and turned, and it beat Rishabh Pant's stroke and went on to hit the stumps. He was gone, bowled by Mujibur Rahman for 4. That was another big wicket. And Daniel Christian got himself run out first. At the other end, it was Shreyas Iyer who was at the centre. And Shreyas Iyer was just trying to gather himself up as the wickets were falling. And then Shreyas Iyer got some company from Rahul Tewatia to really give them the hope. When Daniel Christian departed, the score read 76 for 5, the 12th over. And then, as I said, Shreyas Iyer got company from Rahul Tewatia, and they pushed on the score to 123 to get them much closer at the score on 123 in the 18th over. And but then Rahul Tewatia was looking settled, fell a victim to the bowling of Ty for 24 of 21 balls. Now, as I said, the match, it all came down to the wire. They required 21 runs of the final 2 overs now. Shreyas Iyer was in the middle. He was doing his job well. He was staying there. He was holding the innings together to see how he can take them to victory. And as I said, what a captaincy from Ravichandran Ashwin. I mean, when Barinder Shran was the one who was bowling the penultimate over, Ravichandran Ashwin, for every ball, as a captain, he was speaking to Shran, telling him where to bowl, and Shran was absolutely following the captain's orders to an absolute T. And then finally, it all really helped, as Liam Plunkett, as you know, he's a good all-rounder, and to pick him up of the very first ball, I thought was the turning point, because Liam Plunkett is someone who definitely, if he had stayed, I'm sure Delhi Daredevils would have won this match, because Liam Plunkett is such a player. He can get some quick runs as well, and can really bang the ball very well for boundaries and sixes. But Ravinder Shran was rewarded for his wonderful spell of bowling. As I said, Ravichandran Ashwin, the captain, was an earshot of Shran for the entire over, giving him instructions. And finally, Liam Plunkett was gone for naught. So that was a big victory for them. And then Amit Mishra came in. And then, as I told you, I narrated the final tale of 17 runs. And look at how Ravichandran Ashwin did it. He had so much of confidence in Mujibur Rahman, the right arm offie, young offie, that when the final over was being bowled and 17 runs were required, Ravichandran Ashwin was not even near Mujibur Rahman. So that's the difference. When Shran was bowling, he kept on prodding Shran and talking to him all the while. But when Mujibur Rahman, the young offie, was bowling, he did not even go to him and allowed Mujibur Rahman to try his bag of tricks, and that finally worked. So that really says that Ravichandran Ashwin is someone who has a good cricketing brain, and basically he also judges the person very well. because that's what one could really gather into what happened. And finally, well, the results were there, as I said. Shreyas Iyer unfortunately had to remain not out on 57. Sorry, he was out in the final ball. My apologies. Of 45 balls, 5 fours and 1 6. He did a good job, but unfortunately could not take them over the line, and it was all over. So well done, Kings 11 Punjab. They have bbeen doing a great job here, and now once again they are perched on the top of IPL 2018. Ankit Rajput got the Man of the Match award. 4 overs 2 for 23. Shran 4 overs 1 for 45. Thought he bowled a brilliant over. And as Harsha Bogle had mentioned in that he said that Barinder Shran's penultimate over was the real difference, because if Barinder Shran had leaked runs, then Shreyas Iyer would have got probably easy against Mujibur Rahman. So that Shran's over and also Ashwin's captaincy was a real marvel there. 4 overs 1 for 45 for Shran, even though it was costly. But nevertheless, that all goes into the shade as Shran bowled a brilliant penultimate over. Andy Ty 4 overs 225. Ashwin, what a spell of bowling. 4 overs none for 19. Mujibur Rahman again showing what a bowler he is. 4 overs no more than 2 for 25. He has those ripping googlies coming in. He has that straighter one, a disguised straighter one, and he also bowls the slider. So that's it, as I said, as far as this particular match is concerned. Kings 11 Punjab were the victors. Now, just talking about some cricket news, let's have a look at some cricket news here. But before that, let me tell you, the match which is coming up tomorrow is very, very important for the Mumbai Indians. Mumbai Indians can't wait now. They have to get a lot of wins under the belt and they are the defending champions, as we know. And it is very imperative that Mumbai Indians keep winning the matches now. Tomorrow they are taking, I'm just trying to see as to which is the team that they are taking on tomorrow. In my opinion, it is, I'm just trying to see right now, dear fans and subscribers, which is the team that Mumbai Indians are taking on tomorrow. So that is as far as, and I will also look at any other cricket news that's actually coming on. And as I said, Mujib was totally flawless today, bowled very well. And I'm talking about Mumbai Indians taking on the Sunrisers Hyderabad. And for Mumbai Indians are the one who are under real pressure, and Sunrisers for the last 2 matches they have lost, and Mumbai Indians would like to prey upon Sunrisers Hyderabad tomorrow. But an interesting cricket match lies ahead for sure. Well, dear fans and subscribers, it's always a pleasure bringing you the daily cricket show, cricket happenings. Hope you all enjoyed this broadcast of mine. It's about time for me to bid you all